Oh boy. It has been a long time since I've been back. Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Pop my phone out of its charger for a second. Sure, let's leave you here. Well, this is my first time actually coming back, putting this onto Twitch, actually. I have, one side on YouTube and the other side on Twitch, so I'm just curious on how this works. Yeah, it's been a long time since I last picked up this game, so... Boop. Hopefully everything is sounding alright. Sound test, sound test. Right. Yeah, looks like everything's good on my end in terms of the game audio. Oops. Right. So, we were on episode 4, Turnabout Goodbyes. 5 months, 5-month gap it seems. So, let's get on with it actually. I'm actually quite excited. Where did we last leave off? December 26, 9:44 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 2. Karma. That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He's a god of prosecution, right? A god! Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. So he was your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. Now he's trying to get you found guilty? What a creep! Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years! He's as ruthless as me, times 20! That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god amongst prosecutors. I guess that's something that Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh... I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but... I couldn't reach. Couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing! I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. Hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Oh boy, I'm a little worried, guys. This seems a little... I'm getting a little nervous right now. That's Van Karma, it seems. Oh,
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think I would not stand here, were I not completely prepared? Right. My apologies.
He's even got the judge scared.
Very well, your opening statement, please.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a real tough cookie.
Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness.
What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? He certainly looks like it. How am I supposed to fight against this? You can definitely tell where Edgeworth got his influence, especially, you know, the cravat.
I call the detective in charge of this case. Detective Dick Gumshoe.
Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes.
Describe the incident. Now! Yes, sir.
Detective Gumshoe looks nervous.
Take a look at please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve, around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men in the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop.
Okay, looks like we got the overhead map. Let's take a look at this first.
Testify to the court about the arrest. Now! Wait, Mr. Von Karma? Yes. Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right.
No, he's not. Jeez, this guy's got everyone under his thumb.
A man called into the station about 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now!
Well, let's start pressing and hope for the best. 30 minutes after midnight, huh? You received a call from a man?
Yup.
But you said there was a woman camping there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right?
That woman and the man who called in the report were 2 different people, obviously.
Different people?
There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I summoned the woman who was camping.
The woman who was camping? A lot of heart.
What happened next, detective?
How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake?
Well, I'd say it's about anywhere
3 minutes? How close was this to the... Yeah, that is pretty fast.
Our motto for the month is, get there quick.
Got a really deep voice.
Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I look forward to your next year's salary review.
Much to look forward to these days.
This is no time for detective daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir.
What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then?
Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not a murder at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Cold, hard, objective facts.
Yes, sir. Man, he's got a share of objections. Why didn't you think he was suspicious?
You should know. We have a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an ace detective on the force.
Detective Gumshoe doesn't look so good.
Continue now.
The body was found in the lake, huh? Did you find any clues on the body?
A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart. Fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape is well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence.
Cool. Okay. Why is that?
Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat.
A murder weapon?
Pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony.
Right. Sorry, Your Honor. Okay. What about the pistol made a decisive evidence? He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth.
There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. There were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand.
What? This is not looking so good for Edgeworth.
Order! Order! So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon?
Yes, Your Honor. But let me... toggle something. Let me see if it's here. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, this should be fine. Well, I'm just looking down at,
Looking down at something.
Cool, we should be good.
Judge, this is the weapon in question. Never accepted into evidence.
Alright, so it was fired 3 times, yet 2 shots. Weird.
Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder, the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol.
Hey Nick, what does he mean, ballistic markings?
Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings.
Nick, he's glaring at me.
Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrel leaves distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was without a doubt fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered in the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order!
This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it.
Well, Judge, I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge! Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess, now! But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess.
Who's running this court anyway? Oh, it was looking bad for Edgeworth. But I'm still curious on why that gun was fired 3 times, yet they only heard 2 shots. That must mean it was fired once before, right? Edgeworth, what's going on here? Fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What?
But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him.
Then who did?
I don't know.
You don't know? Weren't you right there?
I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself.
You mean it was a suicide?
That's the only explanation I can come up with.
Huh. How am I gonna convince anyone of that? Say, Maya. Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh. Sorry, it's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm not good for anything, am I, Nick? I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? No, I need you here. No, of course not, I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Aw, everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is gonna run out. Really?
Whoa, right. Don't jinx this case any more than it already is. It's bad for my heart.
Oh, sorry. Oops. That's kind of funny.
Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness.
Yes.
Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at a university.
That I am.
Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand?
Y'all need to learn some manners.
Understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Very well, your testimony, please.
Awesome. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked down the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There was nary a thing on the lake but that boat.
Enough.
Huh?
Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder.
Oh boy.
Order! I will remove people from the courtroom if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! Order! I will have order. Well, Judge. The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well. This court finds the defendant...
Wait, Your Honor! I haven't cross-examined the witness yet.
A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then I will have you held in contempt of court.
Nick, contempt? Contempt of court, you know? I guess I understand. Oh, what are you gonna do? You really think there's a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? I don't know. Doesn't seem like it. Honestly, I found nothing. I don't know, thought of her testimony was strange. She's so vague about everything. I found Karma probably fed her lines. But if you don't cross-examine her, the judge will... He'll bang down that flimsy gavel of his and declare Edgeworth guilty. Guess we just have to bluff it. If we mess up, contempt of court. Hey, if we lose, we'll be held in public contempt. Right. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness.
Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time.
Alright, let's start pressing everything. Just after midnight, you say? In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes.
I know you want to find contradictions, but really... Hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue testimony.
Oops. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures using my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research?
What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait now, I'm the one who says that. Well then say it already. Objection sustained.
Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise.
Why she said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Ugh.
Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clear enough for you? Oh. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course.
The witness has testified that she saw them. Here's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions.
He jumped on quick. He's hiding something. I don't know. Another bang, you said. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure.
You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble.
Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There was nary a thing on the lake with that boat. Okay. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gale can be. Sounds pretty sure. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? Well, sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you...
Mr. Wright.
The witness has answered the question in full.
No need for further questions. Objection sustained.
That's what I'm...
Sustained!
Yes, of course. Oh, great.
Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in testimony worth noting.
But, Your Honor...
You keep your promise.
Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright. I'm afraid I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court.
And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood?
Uh-huh.
Nick. Lotta's testimony's fishy, Nick. Real fishy.
I know what you mean, but I can't say anything. What can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision.
Then pass your judgment.
Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who is that?
It was me. Maya.
Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities?
No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life or death. Ugh. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol?
You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge a defense outburst.
Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear it. I saw Edgeworth.
Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He's in contempt of court and must leave.
No.
Wait. I was the one who made that outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent.
Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't he right, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
You're wrong. Wrong.
What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said?
She said she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony, and I have a right to cross-examine her again. You get on him, right? You tell him.
Order!
You are in contempt of court. It is too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection.
I'm sorry, Mr. Von Karma, but I cannot.
What?
Miss Lotta Hart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again.
But he is in contempt of court.
No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me.
Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately.
Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Maya.
I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses.
I'm running out of time. Better find a contradiction here or else.
Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination.
Okay. I saw as clear as day. Man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Alright, let's ask. Press a bit on that. Well, what about the other man?
Cannot expect to allow to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can.
Oh boy, let's... Let's see. I don't know. I can't even see the people on the lake. This is like a high definition camera, right? It looks pretty high definition, but you can't even see the people on the lake. This looks like it's it. Yeah, let's present this and see what we can do. Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally! What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took. The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken out of a professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet, you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? Got you.
Mr. Wright has a point.
That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony. Please. Yet, now that she's said it, Mr. Von Karma, how could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself.
Miss Hart.
What?
Did you see the defendant that night?
Of course. I said I could, and I meant I could.
Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting.
I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. Thank you, Maya. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Yo, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked out with my binoculars. See, no problem. Okay, so she has binoculars, huh?
Use binoculars. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
This one better be good. Bunga Bunga? Oh my god, is that my top fan, Andrew Zhang? Wild. Welcome. Okay. It's depressing. Low-key, I'm kind of thinking that next week I probably can, like, stream League of Legends. And then, I don't know if any of you guys... maybe I do solo queue or something. But I'm also thinking that, like, if I get your guys' permission, maybe you guys can show up on stream or something. But I don't know. I don't think I'm, like, super good at the game yet. But it could be a fun experience to try to stream this game. Horrific game. Now just hold your horses for a second. Yeah, hasty Yankee types never find a girl where I'm from.
Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is.
Nobody loves me. Once I finish setting up my camera... Okay. Camera. Yeah, it's got an automatic... The issue we are concerned about here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all.
Objection sustained.
He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Binoculars. Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? Ugh. Got doubts about your camera, too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. Can't say that for certain.
Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning.
But note this. If you find nothing with this, there will be consequences.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you wish to press further about the camera?
I don't know. It's like, why is there a loud noise? It's like shooting stars don't make loud noises. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there.
Very well. Miss Hart, you will testify to the court about the camera.
Yeah, I hear ya. Miss Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Har. Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness because of her challenged intellect. Now wait just a minute. Continue your testimony. You were saying how it was that you saw Edgeworth. Grr. No unnecessary comments, please. There was heavy fog. How would binoculars change that at all? What do you mean? Even binoculars can't see through fog. But you say you clearly saw him? I did, yeah.
Enough. There is no room for doubt in her testimony.
She sounded pretty doubtful to me. But I have to find a clear contradiction first. I don't care how many Von Karma's objections I get. I'm going to find a hole in this testimony, even if it's the last thing I do. I'm gonna present the camera, actually. You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie! Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart.
Ugh. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor.
Well, what exactly was she photographing?
Your Honor, take a look at this. Obviously Gordy, right? Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph.
What's this? A newspaper article? Gordy. Oh, the sighting at Gold Lake.
Well, Miss Hart, I've never heard of no lake monster. Got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. I have proof. Take the camera. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Ugh. The camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? Thus, this photograph here, taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Yeah, we picking her apart.
Order! Order! I see. I too thought it was a little strange.
Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart, you were camping there to try to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah, not bad. Y'all lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That don't change what I saw, does it?
Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? That changes nothing.
Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason. I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this.
Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony.
Right. Fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked straight out into the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. I saw a flash near one of the men's hands and I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry.
Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
What?
The witness's testimony isn't changed from before. Whether she is a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There is no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination.
I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Von Karma's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... why? Was there a contradiction?
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. You You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind.
Ha! That would be a first.
Very funny.
You understand this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright? If there is no problem with the testimony this time, we will let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy. Then what manner of person are you? I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. Investigative photographer. Yep. Got your photo and sailed to the press. It's that kind of business. Hey, I was taking pictures at my sister's graduation last year. And guess what? What? There was a UFO just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You know, an unidentified flying object, a UFO. That's when I heard some sort of a revelation. I knew I should become an investigative photographer. I see. Kind of a shaky basis for a career. Is Gordy really all that newsworthy? Heck yeah! They even had him up on the TV! I'm not sure that appearing on the local news Rumor of the Month segment qualifies. Last month's segment was Bigfoot sighted on Acorn Hill, I believe. Hey! He also had a picture of him on the newspaper, for real!
Mr. Wright, this is one fight I do not believe you can win. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. That's why you put the automatic sensor out on your camera? Yep, borrowed it from a university professor. It analyzes every sound it picks up, and when it gets a bang, it snaps a shot. Yep. So how many pictures has it taken so far? The only time the camera's triggered was that night. Why shouldn't there be 2 bullets then? I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if that word got out that was up to, the lake would be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah, second-rate shutterbugs trying to steal my scoop. Is that the only reason you were hiding the truth? Well, actually...
Mr. Wright, I will not have you asking questions with no relevance to this case.
Whatever you say, Von Karma. I know you told her to keep quiet. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper sound than I would have expected. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. If she heard a bang, she thought Gordy was out there. Kinda doubt she'd waste any time looking at a boat. What? What did I do now? What are you gonna give me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence.
Witness, continue.
Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. Okay, that's 2 bullets. Okay, 2 shots. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at the time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so, nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore neither. Better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. Okay. There was much as I watched the- Why would you watch the boat the whole time, though? So the first... Yeah, okay, so it was fired 3 times near one of the men's hands, and I heard another gunshot. It is weird, though. Okay, that's... Okay. I don't know. She said she was scanning the lake earlier. Oh, but her testimony before kind of like threw everything out. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but I guess I could present the map. No. Let's watch this again. Yeah, I'd present Gordy. Miss Hart, were you really looking at that boat? What's with ya? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? You want to step over here and say that? You were camping at the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy, that's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought.
Continue, Mr. Wright.
You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all.
Miss Hart, are you saying that you were not watching the boat then?
Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, you know, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat till now.
This is totally uncalled for.
But hey! Y'all got the photograph, you got proof.
Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this.
Rat. That's why I took this photo in...
Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole.
Shut my what? What's she gonna say? Just the photo and... What? Wait a second.
You even had a photograph to prove it.
You really can't tell from the photo who it's shooting. That's why she said she's going... Okay. It'll drop the quality of map, but it should let us see who's who. Okay. That's good. She enlarged that photo. Won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth or worse. What should I do? Obviously we make her show the enlargements. Miss Hart, looking at this photograph. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to the court?
But because it does not exist.
What are y'all talking about? You're the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. Yo, fool.
Oh.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma?
Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Why?
Objection denied. The witness will show the enlargement to the court.
Here it is. Ooh, okay. But it is using someone's left hand. We still can't see the person, though.
Could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence.
Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good it has done for any of us. That is why I requested she not show it.
I suppose this means it's cross-examination.
Is over, obviously.
Then I would like to close the cross-examination of Ms. Lotta Hart.
And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time.
Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add?
Let me take a look at that photo again. It is using Edgeworth's left. This individual's left hand. It's odd though. I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence, a decisive witness. What else could possibly be required?
Nothing, of course. And I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict.
Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo, somewhere. This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Any other evidence I can show? Wait, this is using the person's left hand. Wait, Your Honor, the evidence... I believe we have spent enough time talking about evidence.
Indeed. We've heard opinions on every piece of evidence but this enlargement. There's no point in retracing our steps.
This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Okay. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement.
What might that be? Mr. Wright, you will show the court what you mean. What about this object photo is strange?
Here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Right here. Here, Your Honor.
Shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange?
Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor.
The hand?
That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. The gun itself. The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the print on the murder weapon was from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, you get him, right? You get him.
Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim?
Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on that lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? Perhaps he shot himself. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself.
Order! So you were saying that the victim committed suicide?
Yes, Your Honor. I can believe of no other explanation.
Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright, but suicide is out of the question. What? An extra examination of the victim's wound reveals the distance at which he is shot. The distance. The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There's no way it could have been suicide.
Mr. Von Karma, are you sure the accuracy of your data?
Of course. I'd already considered the possibility of that, you see.
I see. Very well then, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun reveal that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings of this trial for the day. The court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the matter. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Okay. Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on the lake anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too.
What? Don't give me that look. Did not kill him.
I was just kidding around. Look, I'm going to go check on Maya.
Oh. Right.
What?
Tell her something for me.
What? Oh boy, he's got some conflicting emotions about this.
Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all.
Would it kill you to just state how you really feel with thanks, Edgeworth? I requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter. The only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Only 10 save slots? Oof. Hey Nick, it's you! I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made through the day okay. It's a relief. Hey, why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. Knew I had to do something. And I'm not a lawyer, my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? Okay. Wait a minute. Huh? Do I have... I'm gonna load the save. Because I think we lost a lot of time or something. Hold on. Uh-huh. No opening statement. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. A prediction. Oh, okay. I think we just lost a lot of time. Okay, this will be saved in the VOD, but like, bruh. Big bro moment.
What is the meaning of your statement just now?
Bah, must you question everything? It'll be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. I call my witness now.
Right.
Call my witness, my decisive witness to the stand. That mysterious boat shop owner. Yeah, oh boy. We screwed up. Ah.
I
The caretaker of the restaurant The Wet Noodle at Gold Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct?
Yep, I was.
Please testify. Wait a second. I still haven't heard who this old guy is. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have preceded this trial. I predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right.
The witness will state his name.
Well, I'm not really sure, yup.
What do you mean? My memory?
Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name.
He can't recall, you say?
Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify.
Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we, witness?
It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yep. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats as usual, and I heard a bang, yup. I looked out the window, I saw a boat just floating in the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about the boat comes back to shore and a man walks by my window.
Very well, I'd like to begin the cross-examination.
Nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Which man, though? Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes is up. Judge, your verdict, now!
Yes. Mr. Wright?
Please. What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness.
Very well, you may begin.
Ah!
Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma.
3 minutes just passed.
I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness.
It's funny. Okay. Just after midnight, you say? Yep, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yep. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him and he remembered. Isn't that right?
Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yep.
You see, continue. Is there anyone who can verify that?
Well, I guess probably could.
That's not good enough for a court of law.
Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough?
Your Honor, Miss Polly is a parrot.
A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy.
Keith. Prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. Where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain?
Yep.
Good. Continue. Was there someone in the boat?
It was pretty far out there, I couldn't see clearly. I figured there was 2 men out there, yep.
You couldn't see them clearly.
Yep, at the time, that is.
At the time. 2 bangs. So you heard 2 gunshots total.
Yep.
That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Which man? By your window?
Yep, by my window.
Right outside the window of my little shack. Could you see the man's face?
The fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me.
I saw him.
This is a rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony.
I have a bad feeling about this. Okay, I cannot believe he was dead. Sure? Oh. Dad! Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead as he was walking by too. Witness, are you sure the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth?
It was him, that Edgeworth boy.
Oh, okay.
This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I can see no room for doubt.
Karma lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. Nick, I don't like the way things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. We better act quick or this trial's gonna be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edgeworth who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edgeworth's right hand found on the gun, and the photograph showing the man firing with his left hand? Exactly. That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You're ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. I just lost in thought. What should I do? We still have the right to cross-examine him, though. Edward said, I can't believe he's dead, but his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony's a lie, then show us proof. Nick, do you have evidence? Let's see. It's no good, there's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please. You hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record.
Enough! The witness may leave the stand. The court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts.
What? No!
This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Oh no.
The accused was surrendered to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh, hey!
Who was that just now?
Me. Huh? What? Larry?
What are you doing here?
Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was... I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until yesterday. But today I remembered it.
Remembered what?
A gunshot! I heard it too! Oh, Larry, are you gonna come and clutch for us?
Order!
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
Wait a moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot?
Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting there in the audience listening to the testimony, and I realized something he said was different from what I remember. Anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. Testify! Let me testify!
Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over. Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only there wasn't Larry, it could make things even worse. Mr. Edgeworth was just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there's another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now. A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake has been made, every witness should be heard.
What is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty.
Awesome.
Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify.
Now. What?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned.
Oh, man. Phew. That was too close. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon in the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth? Huh? You see something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong?
It's nothing.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
What's that?
Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't even think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor in the boat in front of me. Picked it up without even thinking. I didn't have a reason, really.
I see.
Right.
Yeah?
This might be our chance.
Our chance?
Von Karma's only had run perfect trials.
Perfect trials?
Perfectly prepared witnesses. Perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't talked to even testify before the court. And that someone is Larry.
What are you getting at?
It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right?
That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll milk this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry now. Man, I can't believe we have to rely on Larry to be our clutch, but, you know, we take what we can get.
Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th.
Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Karma didn't even have a time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth was right about this being our big break. That night, I was out on a boat in the lake. I was looking for something, and I, found it. I quietly slipped the boat back into the rental shop dock. But just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, and I didn't see a boat. But after I saw the single gunshot, I went home. The single gunshot.
That was unusually vague testimony even for this court. In any case, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. What's wrong, Nick? Larry, I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Oh, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Alright, let's press him. Alright, Larry, cough it up.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
There's so many things wrong, I don't even know where to begin. Okay. First of all, what time was it? Well, it was after 11 when I went out in the boat. At that time, everyone had gone home for the night. But I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on the boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah.
Mr. Butts, what was it that you were looking for?
What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth in a sense. This is all but irrelevant. Let's get it over with. Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure it was about searching for about an hour. Guess it was around 12? Yeah.
You're not sure?
Hey, don't give me that face. Not some kind of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked outside, you know.
Did you look at the lake?
Yeah, I looked. Didn't see a boat. Wasn't there a boat on the lake?
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Butts?
Whoa, whoa! Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there's a boat there or not. Okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. After I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Well, Nick? I'm pretty wishy-washy. Let's look at what we got here. It's just weird. No, it's nothing here. Okay, he's just not sure. Okay. Bruh. Heard one bang. Okay, let's take a look at that last statement. Yeah, let's use this. Wait a second, Larry. What? You only heard one bang? You sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lottahart testified yesterday that she heard 2 bangs. The old man just now said the same thing. He heard 2 gunshots that night.
Huh?
Were you even listening? Were you even paying attention at all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please. Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay?
Mr. Butts,
What?
you only heard 1 gunshot, are you sure?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure.
Eh? Not sure?
How could you not be sure? Yeah, well... I might have missed the other gunshot. I was, listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude! My headphones! What?
My god. Stop that booing! Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones?
Yeah, so what? Is that a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to radio. What's the big deal?
Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time.
I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony. Well, Mr. Wright, should you continue the testimony?
No, it's too embarrassing. Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue testimony. Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Well then, Mr. Butts, please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Alright, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to all requests show on the radio, see? I was listening real booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what my DJ was saying when I heard it too.
You were listening to your radio at a high volume?
Yeah, what's the big problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't it a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he has heard is probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony.
Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot.
Excuse me? DJ?
An announcer. The guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Alright, let's press him for all he's worth. So, you turn on the radio. Right. I just wanted to hear someone's voice, you know? You don't know what it's like out there alone on Christmas Eve, alone! I shouldn't have said anything. Do you by any chance remember the name of the program you were listening to? This has nothing to do with the case, Your Honor.
Objection sustained. The witness was listening to the radio. That is all we need to know. Tell us, Mr. Butts, how loud your radio was set to that night.
Real booming loud? Yeah, you know.
And you had headphones on?
Yep.
I wouldn't think you could hear anything going on outside at all.
Can you prove that? No, of course you can't. Nah, I can't prove it. But I remember that moment real clear. I mean, while I was talking about it, it came back real clear to me, you know? What did she say? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good can come of knowing what our radio DJ said to us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care.
I don't know. I feel like we should care. Feels like it's important in some way, shape, or form. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do we know if we don't ask, hmm?
Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
We're so grasping at threads. Just when she said, hey, it's almost Christmas. I heard the gunshot. Oh, that's huge. You sure? Of course I am. He had this real sexy voice. Maybe when Carmen was right. I'm not sure that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there is one gleaming ray of hope in there. We've got to press it until we make the bottom of what happened. Okay, almost Christmas. Interesting. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you were saying is correct? Huh? What's with that face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you know better than I don't scare that easy.
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The TJ said, hey, it's almost Christmas when he heard the gunshot.
Indeed, and
almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. You realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve.
That would seem to be the case, yes?
But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight that they heard the shots. In other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor.
Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The current witness is plainly mistaken.
Just look at him. Suspicious.
What?
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butt's claim that he heard the gunshot before midnight?
Well, Larry's obviously right. Duh. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. Timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m.
Oh? But there was nothing on the lake at this picture.
Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in this photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. The camera was set to go off in response to loud noises.
Aha!
Correct. There's a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why this photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve.
Indeed, it would seem that this would be the case. Then where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken?
Not at all, Your Honor. It's a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night, there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them.
Why would this be?
Do not be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There was no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear!
Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any.
I don't know, the camera seems to be the only plausible one right now. Though if it was fired 3 times, that would also make sense. This is my evidence.
The murder weapon?
Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. Then, when was the last shot fired? Only now I realize the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard before midnight.
Order! Order! That would make sense with the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there are 2 sets of gunshots separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight.
Why, I asked you, why?
Oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case with the steel samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in this case. What do you mean? Aya. Yes. If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edgeworth's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor?
Yes, Mr. Wright?
Testimony just now has cleared up this entire case.
What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So, you finally realize the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. Wrong, Von Karma. A man who was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake. This was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant Edgeworth and the victim Robert Hammond were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on the boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It could not have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man in the boat.
I admit it is hard to imagine any other possibility.
Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. So you're saying they might have propped the body up, shot him again?
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says 15:00:15.
But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot in the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. Probably... Hammond would be in the boat. No. Wait, so... That'd probably be the murderer in Hammond, right? It was the murderer in Robert Hammond. What are you saying? Contradicts what you saw what you just told the court. You said that Robert Hammond was killed 25 minutes before this gunshot. Oops. Edgeworth and it's Edgeworth and Hammond, guys. Wait, was Edgeworth and Hammond or Edgeworth and the murderer? I'm stupid, I forgot. Edgeworth and the murderer, then? Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 1150, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth.
What?
Are you serious?
Yes, Edgeworth couldn't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place.
I'm not sure what that has to make of all of this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then.
The murderer's name? Right, it's... I don't know, honestly. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name.
You don't know? Ah, again you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop, that old man. At 1150, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
The caretaker of the boat shop? But where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then.
Why would he have to go all the way out to the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat?
What? Well then, where did the murder take place?
Obviously, it would be, in the woods, duh. Around here, maybe?
Maybe Mr. Wright.
Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing. You have proof the boat shop was the scene of the crime. Recall Larry's testimony if you will.
Well, hold on, I gotta ban this guy.
There's some dude here. This guy's kinda suspicious. Alright, cool. Let's get back to our normally scheduled routine. That night, he was out on the lake on a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns to the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He hears the gunshot, Your Honor. Even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would it be if he just returned a boat?
The boat shop.
Actually, I would think in the woods behind the boat shop because we didn't see any bulletproof, any like guns or anything. Well, that's just me.
Mr. Wright, what happened that night on Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning.
Yes, Your Honor. Are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, I take it slow, I might just be able to figure this out. You hear of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. Damn. This is around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. And he became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake.
And who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright?
Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose.
Wait a minute.
Yeah?
Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone?
Details. Know this, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of explanations is the moment you lose.
Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice.
To create a witness, obviously. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor.
Create a witness?
The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard the shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then... the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol in the boat behind him.
I see. For someone looking from the edge of the lake, it would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other.
The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop, and they put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. That was what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake.
Bailiff! Bring out the witness from before. The boat shop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask the defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said.
Yes.
Well, why did you go to the lake that night?
What Wright has said is mostly correct. Astonishingly so accurately. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me.
Something important?
I'm sorry, I can't say what it was.
Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet.
The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either.
What?
What should I do?
Well, find him quickly. We cannot allow him to get away.
Ooh, running from the scene of the crime.
Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared.
Search warrant has already been issued.
Goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I'll extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him, and I want to know who he is. Very well, court is adjourned.
Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. What about Larry? That was something else. Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down in the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth?
Did you say something?
Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You should try to smile just a little. Relax.
I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet.
What do you mean?
Right. There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Are you No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... Can't make up my mind.
What is this about, Edgeworth?
It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed.
A crime you committed?
Memory of murder.
Scary. I guess we could go for another hour. I should be fine. December 27, 2:11 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
Memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder.
Oh... Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? Who knows, man? Who knows? You could say anything, but I do think that the identity of that boat shop owner is probably the bailiff, though. Cause his fiance is also named Polly, and he also knows. Yeah. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. We'd never take someone's life. Never! Nick... Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Swooning? Me? Oh, yeah. I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Uh-huh. Me? Bro, Maya's underage, dude. She's like 16 or something. Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Let's just take a peek around, yeah? Guys perking up these days. His desk. I've been spending more time on the couch watching TV. Cool looking... I tried reading what made my head hurt. When I closed it, it slipped out of my hand. And my foot hurt too. I bought a poster of the Steel Samurai the other day. We had a big fight over where to put it up or not. I know she's just waiting for a chance to sneak it up on the wall. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha ha ha! But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just the guy sitting in the audience, you know? Where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty... edgy. I mean, you really know he was telling the truth about that night? Nick? I don't know. But what I do know is... I'm gonna believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and... who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. Not me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silent treatment! Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he's kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know? Hey, Larry! What's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Let it be Larry. Let it be said to the court that Larry is the person that forgets this most impactful life moment for Phoenix, right? Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final. Okay. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. 3rd grade? You guys are like 20-somethings now. I was on trial. A class trial. Class trial? You remember Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? Kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was pretty small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Oh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. What? Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah. The kids in the class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant. Who allowed this though? Like, if the teacher is like... If I were the teacher, I'd be like, no. There's like certainly better ways to handle this than just, you know, putting the kid on trial like that, you know? I didn't do it. Guilty, he did it. Guilty, it was you. Thief, give the money back. You're such a Oh, man, he is like so cooked. With some kangaroo court looking stuff. Now, Phoenix, you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad. I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy's money was stealing was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs! Miles? Oh my god, he's pointing. He's pointing like an ace attorney. Oh my god. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That's why, Your Honor. This boy's... Your Honor. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. I don't need proof. Why don't you just shut up? That's how it always is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. I don't think that's how it works, Larry. I'm kinda on which that is worse on this one. Very well. I'll replace the money myself. This class trial is over. And that's how it happened. After that, the 3 of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone. Without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well... I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I kinda took it personally, see? When something smells, usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. TL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably has something to do with his father's death. So sad. It was several years later that I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied. Guess he didn't want to see his old friends. Couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me, whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one that can help him. Whoa, Nick. So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. I helped you out because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Aw, Nick. Nick, you have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, is that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean up some of his evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we dropped the lot of heart stuff. And a good portion of... Okay. Guess we make our way to... Anything detention center? Oh, there is Miles. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, did you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, to a fault even. Well, yeah, maybe, but... I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Probably the same... Same thing, okay. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person. The suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Gianni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. But he was found innocent. A defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the 3 of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Gianni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What was your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher, and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of the courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
He was a perfectionist in all things, in court and his personal life. He was obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the perfect suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do anything in his power to make it go away.
Edgeworth? What you're saying was true. You're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. This is no time to praise the enemy, Mr. Edgeworth.
It is a strange situation in which I find myself, I'll admit.
No kidding. Can you tell us about... this.
What are you showing me this picture for? Well, no reason. No, I was impressed by your deduction at the trial today. Granted, you were at the end of your rope, but still.
Nick, he noticed. Hahaha.
Watch again.
Anything else here?
It was that case that changed my life. Tomorrow on December 28th, a statute of limitations runs out.
Tomorrow? That be a coincidence?
But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Nick, no! That's the photo of his father, don't show him that! You're right. Now probably isn't good time to dredge up those memories. Nothing.
Huh?
Go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet.
Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today.
Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow.
Boat shop caretaker.
He shouted something about catching him if the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. He's out again. When is he working anyway? Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Cool. Well, off to the entrance then, of Court Lake.
Hey pal, long time no see.
Oh, Detective Gumshoe.
Close one today, huh? Got so worked up I snapped my tie in half.
Sorry about that.
No prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may. My duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
Oh, one other thing.
Hey!
No one can go into the woods today.
The woods? Lotta was camping?
The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while.
Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow.
Well, public beach we go then. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? The hot dog stand is closed too. Guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. The old caretaker got away. Yep. Never imagined might be the real murderer.
Ahem!
I know that clearing of the throat anywhere.
Aha, hello! What you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth. The scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg! This is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
Yeah, that is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right?
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Ho ho! What do you mean by that?
Well, I'm not sure.
If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance.
Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberger's doing here anyway? Who knows? I wonder if you unblurred that, like, sign. I wonder what it would say. I think it might be in Japanese, but I'm not like 100% sure. So... in the woods. Nick, the forest! There's someone in there! You're right. There's a few policemen in there. They must have been looking for the caretaker. Look. Alright, let's head inside. There's the parrot. Nobody's home. Hello, hello. Ah! Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly. Hello, hello. Ah! Can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself. Hello, hello. Ah! Everything's cold. He didn't turn on his heater. So he hasn't been back here since the trial. Ah! What's wrong? Huh? Oh, never mind. Tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh. See? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Doesn't look like he's used his kitchen much. You're right. Guess the whole pasta restaurant thing was a lie. What, you thought he was telling the truth? No clues here. Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick. Probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Oh, okay. Sorry, Polly, he says I can't take you. Wait, now the bird's gonna hate me. What's this radio thing? That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Ah! Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Oh. But hey! Keys are locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. Not so sure. Are we basically tampering with evidence, though? This seems kinda illegal. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in here. Guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Oh, boring. There's a name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth! Nick, how would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How would I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says, this is your last chance. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond, Faber Edgeworth, calling Edgeworth out onto the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out yesterday in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for the caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does that mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Say, Nick, don't people usually put pictures of fish up on the wall to boast about them? Yeah, I guess so. And pictures of the fish they caught, right? Right, but don't all the fish on the wall here look really puny to you? Well, you know what they say. Should have seen the one that got away. Except the one that got away from us was the caretaker, and we did see him. Why do I feel like we're having two different conversations here? Doesn't look like there's anything else here of note. Guess we can move over to Grossberg's place. This seems pretty important to take to him, you know? Don't know what he's doing over here, but like, fair enough, I suppose. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. What do you think we should do, Maya? You know best, Nick. Just do what you do. That should work. Well, any good ideas? This is all tied to the DL6 incident. We better find out as much as we can about that murder before tomorrow. Edgeworth. Let's pop by Edgeworth, actually. I want to present this letter to him. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives.
I see. Revenge on me.
Who's this old guy, anyway?
I don't know.
Couldn't he be the defendant? Innocent defendant you got declared guilty or something?
Nice, right? But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then.
Which means there is someone else behind it. Now's the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond.
It also says, this is your last chance.
Last chance? Wait, maybe...
Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DO6 incident.
Wait, that old man.
Wait, what is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi. Could he be Yogi?
Yogi?
The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long it felt like forever. The air thinned and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet.
I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen.
That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni's Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent.
Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right.
Yeah?
There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know that... No,
I'm sensing a theme.
It's a nightmare I've had. Memory of a crime that I committed.
Crime you committed?
I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night.
What? The same dream? Bruh. What kind of dream?
A dream about my father's killing in the dark.
I can't breathe! You're using up my air! What? Stop breathing my air, I'll stop you! Ah, what?
Oh no, oh god.
Okay, so he shot him.
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet.
I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. The days I pick up the pistol. Get away! Okay. With that scream, I wake. The bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But... It's just a dream, right? Right? The thought is the only thing that's kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They said sometimes people shout out memories in self-defense. What if it's I who killed my father? What? Think about that in this way, this letter makes sense. Your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. And that's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are you going to do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incidents, maybe. There is, Nick. There's someone else who knows about DL6. Yes, Mr. Grossberg. Let's go and say hello. December 27th. Mr. Grossberg.
Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding, I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, hmm?
It's Mr. Edgeworth. He...
I see. So Edgeworth dreamed he shot his own father.
It's only a dream, only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled, hmm?
Well...
Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep, you want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined. Mr. Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father, the pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No... I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. And this was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close.
Let's just see what else is here. He also has a plant. Maybe it's like also... Maybe it has another name too. Yeah, I don't think anything else here is worth noting, so let's just go back to the investigation. What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. Sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques.
That's no surprise.
Von Karma was an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence and nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. And died in despair, as it were.
See...
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Mia Fey.
I am Gregory Edgeworth. I've been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. But what if he could lie, though? What if he was lying, though?
Yogi was found innocent.
That's why my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right, everyone thought she was, you see.
Yet,
Now that I think about it, it seemed the other one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him.
I don't believe it. But you're saying he falsified his testimony? And Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son?
It's only a possibility, mind you. but a possibility nonetheless.
Here, take a look at this.
Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
Why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
Not his own sake.
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why does it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined.
Huh.
You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What was it?
What was it?
This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before. It's a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this?
Maybe it's Von Karma? Could it be Von Karma?
Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with it?
Well, I'm not sure.
Von Karma, Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time in court papers.
What? But that means... the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct. Manfred Von Karma himself.
What does this mean then? Why would Von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
Gregory Edgeworth is a gifted man. His death was truly a loss. I wonder what could have become of Von Karma were he alive. It took place 15 years tomorrow, so tomorrow will be the completion of not one but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased.
Okay, you have nothing to say regarding that. What about my attorney's badge? Okay, never mind.
She was a beautiful woman. I'm truly sorry about what I did.
Huh? Sorry about what? Okay, I'll stay out of this one.
In any case, it's good that this one shooting wasn't Miles.
You bet it's good. Can't believe the fiendish deviling planning that went to this murder. Almost fell right into his trap. What a creep. Okay, nothing else here, I think.
If it truly was Von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. I'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. They'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty.
Oh no. But how would Von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare.
That I do not know. Yet I do not know that Von Karma was both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Greg Edgeworth by hurting his son.
What do you mean?
It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and Von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial and scarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and Von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused Von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty Von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite the shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
Vacation?
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe! I have some strange ideas about vacations, Maya.
In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? When Karma's going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edgeworth pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know.
I know that. I just believe in Edgeworth's innocence. I can't believe he'd kill someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty.
Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg, thank you.
I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim.
I understand. Police materials, I guess we should go to the Criminal Affairs Department. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will ever be coming back today. Yeah. I can't just have anyone wander around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma's in there now anyway. He can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he's just arrived actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry! I don't know, man. This is... Is this not decisive evidence, though? Is this not decisive evidence that they... Who set this up? Like, this is like the decisive evidence of like the century, though. Like, I would be going to the courts with this evidence. It's like... It's so incriminating, no? Like, the worst thing in the world. Anyways. Dusty as always. We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean and... What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing he isn't here. On Karma. Forgotten case is rotting away for eternity. Nick, let's get what we need and get out of here. All this dust is getting to me. Looks like there's files inside this glass case. It's so dusty I can't see what's inside. Nick, it's locked. You must keep important case files in there. Some things are obviously murder weapons, others question marks. Most of this just looks like random junk. Nick, what do you think this clothespin's for? Don't touch that. It's evidence. Here's some files of collected case reports. There's quite a large volume of reports here. Wow, these are all case reports. Yeah, it's like a graveyard of police cases. Guess my sister's case report is in here too. Quietly gathering dust. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking at it recently. It says unsolved cases evidence. Solved cases. Nick! The file for DL6 is completely empty! What?
What are you doing in here?
Eek! Von Karma!
You... How did you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They're like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth, your student, right?
A romantist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father, always second-rate.
Mr. Von Karma? You had an axe to grind with Mr. Ray Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A defense against a mere defense attorney, why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did. But what I don't get is... Why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear defense attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I last had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know that Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
You're right. So Von Karma is going to bring out DL6 in court tomorrow. You know, I feel like we shouldn't be presenting this to him. Let's see if there's anything to say regarding DL6. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. Actually, I don't know. I feel like we should... I feel like Wright would present it. Let's try presenting this. This is literally the best connection to him. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? He's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's so stupid. He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it. So you admit it. You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter. Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless Oh my god. 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 Nick, run! Okay, so he just assaulted a minor? No. Oh. Okay, like, can we get him on assault though? Like, obviously the camera room would have... The file room would have, like, cameras in it, and the cops would be, like, 100% on this guy. The letter. Did he take it? Huh? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. Useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or as a medium. I can't even call my big sister. Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. No, Maya, you can't say something like that. Come on. Maya, she's holding something. Is that a bullet? DL6 incidents, evidence number 7 taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember, Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Sure. Save our progress. Alright, let's get this thing. Let's clear this thing. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are gonna get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. Guess the shock hasn't worn off my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyway, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Ugh! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Alright, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Oh yeah, pal. What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shot I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. He says he's forgotten his own name. That has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember. I'm going to prove it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready.
Right. Very well. We have reached the final day in our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution to submit decisive evidence.
Understood. Come on, don't be awed and silenced by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop's caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. We literally had decisive evidence in our clutches, bro. Oh my god.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness, where did you run away yesterday?
The witness is not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I did need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. My testimony yesterday stands as it is.
That's like incredibly vague. We'll start pressing him.
Yeah.
He's Yanni Yogi. Okay. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Lair's testimony and realized you were in danger. Now, Mr. Wright, there is no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do, both Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Then why did you leave?
I was just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmet, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in a big pet shop downtown. You weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack?
Well, I kinda got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Okay. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep, seems like it.
How could you know that you had nothing to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, hmm? You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright.
Very well, witness. Please continue. How can you say you had no motive? I'd say you do. You had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. And that's why you took revenge on them, right? Please do not make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does any of this have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, this is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Ho ho! Now this is interesting.
I would like to know myself. So who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. His name's Yanioki. His James Yanioki, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? Name seems familiar. Oh! Yanioki from the DL6 incident!
Guess the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jump to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanioki? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanioki? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanioki 15 years ago.
I see, that makes sense.
Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints. What? What? No fingerprints?
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep.
What? Yoki, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no. Can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, hmm? Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. Well, what is it, Nick? No, you're not going to... Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. Wait a second. You're the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Von Karma's read every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Well, we have the parrot here. You're so cute. So cute. What a cute little creature.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! Witness is ignoring me.
Must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please testify for us.
Hello, hello. Ah!
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need her to know or show the judge her owner is Mr. Yogi. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago... Polly, have we forgotten something? Ah! Don't forget DL6! Ah! If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello! Ah! That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something, we forgot. Hello! Ah! Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. It's ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? He's gotten to the parrot, too. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond if we asked anything, if we forgotten anything? Oh boy. Of course it does. Actually, it does. It does.
Ha! Fascinating.
You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... the file on the DL6 incident.
DL6 case file?
That is quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well, Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in the files is information connected to the parrot's name?
Should be suspect data, I think. Yeah. It's on the suspect data page. This page is all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly?
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix, right, does that make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
Only 7 years old. She's only 7 years old!
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. We can use one more piece of evidence, right? But what? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I cannot believe you are speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. Okay. What's the safe number? Huh? The safe? Why? Let's try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what's the number on the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
It does! Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Huh. Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Yeah, 12228. This is it.
The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright.
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something related? Blah, 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 blah.
Case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident? December 28th. Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago.
The number on the safe is 1228.
Oh!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as a number for his safe, Your Honor. And that's how important the date was to him.
I see. Certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do not set their secret numbers to dates. Bah! This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I am number 1. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing! That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that is all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker off the boat shack. Immediately. Witness, tell us your name. Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember. No. No, it's okay.
Holy crap. What the hell?
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yaniyuki. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order! Order!
Oh, gosh. Oh dear. I realized I've been sleeping the entire time. Oopsies. Hold on, let me put this back up here. Cool. My bad.
So it was you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death.
Yes, it was me. I did it.
They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. I won the trial, and I lost everything. Lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. And this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond, Miles Edgeworth.
I have no regrets.
Wait just a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Well, we got our man. Awesome.
On comma, where's Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
And defendant Miles Edgeworth is
innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
Well, we won.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why doesn't Von Karma say anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty. Wahoo!
That is all. The court is adjourned.
Oh my god.
Can someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, I object to your judge. What do you mean?
I am not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That'd be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
For 15 years, I've had a reoccurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare, and that's what I told myself. Now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations which ends today. The culprit is me. Actual numpty. You buffoon. God. Hold on. I gotta charge my phone for a second. Plug this in. Okay, looks like it's charging. My computer will not die. Not today, at least. However, it does seem like... Cool.
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defense declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. Crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
It's obvious. Hold a trial right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. But he was like a boy. He doesn't even remember clearly.
I think I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I'll consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
I'm sorry, Wright. You just wasted all your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir.
I mean, you
kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Case for what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Ugh. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. Confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt, confessed his own crimes. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it is unconventional for me, I would like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. On Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the start, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key. But only if I can get it to work. Please, please. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That is all.
And until now, you thought his memory was a dream?
We were stuck under the elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, let's start pressing him until he's gonna slip up somewhere. What was the trial your father was involved on that day? I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney. Okay.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case?
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the... That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. I don't know, I think he would remember that day very, very well. As we went to... So there were 3 people including yourself trapped in that elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... What was it? A pistol. I assumed it was the bailiff Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick I panicked. So, you are saying you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. The gun fired once? Yes. I think after I threw it I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. Scream. This day. Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt it will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. I better find out quick. A single shot, but it was fired twice. Okay, well, let's go and check it with the court record then. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file once more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. What page contradicts Miss Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data. Look at this victim data on this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter that fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this accident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. That's true. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There was no proof that the second shot had anything to do with the incident. What?
I see, I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Do we? It's kind of hard. Wait. There's a shot in the door. Yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible! No, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
Okay. We do, in fact. Take this. Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime, 15 years ago. You can see that the victim laying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired where?
Your Honor, please. Please get a clue. Take that. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see a bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there was also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. Conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more in the DL6 incident case file. Look closely.
Try the case summary page. The case summary. It's on page 1.
Look what was written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene.
So the bullet is missing.
The pistol has indeed been fired 2 times, and the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point. A second bullet has never been found.
Why?
Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was one fired by his own son.
That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. There's undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Okay, but you could like pocket the bullet, no? If someone hit the bullet, then on the scene of the crime, then it couldn't be found.
Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? Sorry, Maya. What? Looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. Now... I was wrong to think it would be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick...
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. The shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I'd like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did. Oh no. Accept the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations in the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone else have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. My mind's just gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
we still can't prove that it was Edgeworth that the bullet killed it. I have an objection. Your Honor. I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick, I don't know. His case is perfect. No. Must exist. Second bullet. What? What did you say? Nothing. Second bullet must exist? But where? When took it? Yeah, obviously.
Seems weird he's not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
But you can't prove that, though. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet, it, existed.
What? We've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. Grasping here. It's just somebody took it from the scene of... Yeah, that explains it.
But who?
And do you have any proof of that?
The murderer.
Murderer? And tell us just who this murderer is. I'm still thinking about that one.
The criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
You had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
Bah. Well...
Probably because the bullet would be proof, right? Maybe they thought the bullet could be used as proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired? Oh, right. Ow. Owie. Owie, oh no. He didn't need it.
Murder had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit, but it's true.
I take it, the murder, what does that mean? Crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Maybe it shot... It ricocheted and hit someone. Maybe there was another person in the elevator or something. Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene, but the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance, maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
Bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hits you, you'd have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only 1 bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes?
But there's a problem to that. The other 2 people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yugi, were both unharmed.
So that would mean the murder came from outside, yes? Huge. Massive even. 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet hits the door. Goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside, shooting them.
Mr. Wright, you are truly...
Oh, I see. Because if they didn't fingerprint the gun, they would just know it's Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, but I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded.
There was no murderer.
One was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick? Oh, I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberger said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth did a perfect blow. Did a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow. Must have been quite shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
It was an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... It would only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it now. Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
But...
My hands are shaking. What?
Von Karma.
Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? Bah. You don't object?
See no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. You pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife? At Mr. Wright. Bring the doctor that operated me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth? I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. Probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Von Karma pulled the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove I was shot? Yes, I can actually. I have a metal detector. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know you like it so much. What? Evidence that proves he was shot is... Bam. Von Karma's perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where's that bullet now? I think it's unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There's a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible for all these years?
Well, there is one way to find out. I could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge the bullet is still inside you. Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for suspension of a trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out in this case today. It was you who said we had to end it here right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know. We have to give it a shot. Reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you.
I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there was a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. Get this guy under an X-ray, please. Come on.
Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder is from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took all of the from the records room yesterday. No proof. You cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof.
That's... a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. You may recall the term. Came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
But how are we going to tell the ballistic markings in his shoulder? Like, how? You just get X-ray on him. Yeah, like, very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon you killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. And we'll compare the ballistic markings on this to those bullets. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Oh, he freaked out. Oh.
Scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Okay. Bang. Ain't no way his freak out, like, doomed him. Bruh.
Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth, only you would dare defy... Oh.
Well, it was you. You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you with my bare... Oh, no.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Karma, it is not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Worth?
It was a shock like none I've ever known.
Me? Penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure.
Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness.
I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. Lights must have gone out. I went onto the hall and felt my way to the elevator. Pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge. What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it!
Very well. Appears that we have come very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
You were innocent. You were innocent. You were innocent, you are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty.
Awesome.
Yippee!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? On camera looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. You know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time, myself. But now, it's all just a good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, right.
You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there.
Woo! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. Never forget this. I owe you one, pal. Tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Woo! I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. Get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats!
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar if no one else was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let's let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to Whoa. You're trying to be investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really?
That's too bad. Huh? And at the hot dog gaff in the park. Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why is that sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long in this world. You don't look sick.
It's Fiancé. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts! You come along tonight, pal. My treat. You come along tonight, too. My treat, pal.
Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. It's the suit that questioned me. He says treat. It's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah? What's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it.
Well, yeah. It's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick? Isn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. And he saw the money lying there, and the rest was history. I was never good at history. Kill you! Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? Suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like you did that day. Everyone was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right. You might not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really right, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Oh well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me! Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, you can get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if I'd only known, I'd have become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. The longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in the part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney, after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all. Line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go.
And after that, dinner's on me.
The Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Oof. You're partying without the main man? That's crazy though. Oh, 5 AM. Whoa. I went a little overboard yesterday. Head hurts. Huh. It's still only 5 o'clock. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium. I'm training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Maya! Goodbye? What time is it?
The first trains for the mountains have already left the station. Guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick!
Maya!
So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Oh, wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. I heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. If Gumshoe helped Mr. Grossberg and even Larry. I'm the one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Huh. No. 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 The only thing I can think of is Polly. But like... Because like she talked to Polly, right? Oh, okay. No, 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 no. She knocked the bullet away. Okay, 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 okay. Bullet. If Von Karma was convicted, he would have taken all the evidence pertaining to DL6. Oh, but you were the last. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma, and you were the one who gave it to me. Nick, thanks, Maya. Couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Goodbye. See you again. See you soon, Maya. I'll miss you. Thanks, Nick. And so, my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now, a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yeah, Your Honor. Oh, got a bad feeling about this. Yay, we finished the game!
Hey pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise.
Woo! Detective Gumshoe!
Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
This is some strong gap coming from the man. That was pandemic. We did it, guys. Huh, Nick? I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at the cheese shop. That miss is a nice lady, but she ain't exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Bruh. This is big bruh from this guy. Oh, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything you're right. I'm sure he's great. You're right, like, he is the tutorial, prosecutor. Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes? Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Wow, things are happening. Time has passed. So Wright's been, busy, huh?
Ahem! Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright? Oh yes, Maya's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him as of late. Ah, the days of my youth. The scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor?
Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know they're finally putting old hammers and moving new things? Blah, 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 blah. Everything, always keep it all straight. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways. So fast.
I'm pleased to announce the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Red a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know?
You tell him. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. Sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says you can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk, Pink Princess. Alright. But, no. I stuck into the studio the other day. I saw her. One inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. What kind of shock was it for a boy at my tender age?
Bruh.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there was a ghost. For real. Now that's some talent. I'm gonna be that famous. Oh, Maya. Mia showed up in the image. Oh my god. Shinji Mikami. Wow, there actually is a ghost. That's crazy. Capcom. We did it. We beat Ace Attorney. Oh. Episode 5? Wow. Then surely, this is where we leave off for today, actually. I think I'm gonna call it here. We will continue on that another time. Phew. What a case. Looks like we still have some more Ace Attorney to do then. But hey. Oh, we get to look forward to another game. I do want to try out Amori, see what that's like. But yeah. Probably gonna hop off for tonight. It's like 11 o'clock already, so get some rest for myself. Anyways, thank you guys for coming over. I will, see you guys later. Alright, take care all. Have a good rest of your morning, afternoon, evening. Bye-bye.